Hello and welcome to Ego Netcast. I am Martin Lindeskog and today I'm doing a follow-up with Maria Dolores. Hi Maria.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Really good. It's fun to be here and I appreciate your having me on the show.
Thanks, you're welcome. And a year ago we had a meeting here at the book fair in Gothenburg.
Yeah.
And the topic then was the freedom for expression and freedom of speech.
Right.
And also press freedom. And today it's lots of things happening here in Gothenburg and other places in Sweden.
Yeah, on my way over here, I came with the train just recently, just an hour ago. And at the train station and all the way to the book fair, the streets were, lots of police and police cars everywhere. So it's really a different climate, and even though people are calm, and I talked to some of the police officers, and they're very cool. There's no anger or no frustration, but people are really cool, but still you can really sense the
like
seriousness.
Yes. Tension. And they have written that in the mainstream media about what will happen, and there are lots of research on the things happening and the forces that are here. And maybe that could be a thing to discuss. We talked last time about the concept that you call istima.
Istima, yes.
Is this that it's even more that status right now?
Yeah, in society it's we're going down even more into istima. Istima is a concept and works on many different levels and layers. So we can have personal istima, and that is going into fear and anger and frustration, and when we experience what we label as negative feelings, and istima actually means learning. It's just part of a learning and growing process, learning and growing and developing as humans. So we can have personal istima, we can have istima in relationships, and we can have it in organizations. And this is the expression in our society. The fear and the anger of what we identify with being, who we identify of being. And so right now we're standing in the nation-centric thinking, and we identify with being our nationality, which is, of course, true. This is something we have built up for many generations. But istima processes is that we believe in something, and there are other levels of truth to also be discovered. So we're going, we're broadening our concept. We have technology driving and supporting us to both see the perspective of being a nationality and having the laws and having the political system and the society system, and also, most importantly, the values that we acknowledge, and the values that who we see, who we believe who we are. Now, what I write about is that we also, we're all human. No matter of gender, no matter of nationality, no matter of political system or religion, we're all just human. We're born, we live, we develop, we experience some istima, and then we die. It's just life. So life is, and I love to talk about that we have human values. The values of just being human, and that we, each and every one of us, have both human rights, but we also have human responsibilities.
For individual rights, so it's interesting to hear your could say mission here. And could you tell me about your project that you have? You had written a book called A State of Grace, and now you're building a movement with individuals that are for this cause.
Yes.
So could you give a journey?
Yeah, thank you. A State of Grace is it's the name of the book, but it's also a name of the movement, a movement for a state of grace. And a state of grace is, when we as individuals, when we are in a state of grace, when we're in relaxed and open and free and harmonious. And when you are in a state of grace and I am in a state of grace, that's how we create the state of grace.
And there you could do then some kind of contract, like you have a Bill of Rights, you have Constitution, and now we have certain laws. But what's going on right now, as you said, that you have a feeling to express something, but not taking consequences of it. So right now we have people marching, and you have people who are doing other kind of marches and demonstration and counter demonstrations, and people who are in between, in the open broad light, feeling not safe. Do you want to talk about that on a personal level? You have now coming from Stockholm and now in Gothenburg. Do people who love you and close to you, do they know now that you are in safety?
Yeah, I talked to my daughter about that I was going here, and I wanted her to know that even though there might be some news that this is unsafe right now, I wanted her to know that I will care for my safety. And I have my background both with leadership, 20 years of working with leadership and management, but also as a security consultant. I've experienced, and I have been followed by a stalker, and I know what it's like to feel unsafe, and we can think we can buy safety, but it's not what we can buy, but it's really the feeling. I could buy bodyguards and I could buy cameras, but I didn't feel safe. So I could buy security, but I cannot buy safety. And this also goes on a larger scale, of course, with
Big Brother.
With Big Brother and Big Brother watching us, but also on nationwide, both with our justice system and trusting and having a justice system that is supporting us, and also the Swedish armed forces to secure the safety of our borders. But we can buy safety, but we cannot buy we can buy security, but we cannot buy safety.
And we take the positive thing, when we are feeling safe and have protection and safety, and have it on an individual level, is that one of your goals, that your daughter will feel this safety and she would look up to like a role model, like the Sassy?
Yeah, the Sassy team.
Yeah. Do you want to do a recap of that and also see what your plans ahead?
Yeah. Yes. Last year when we met, I had a group of young, inspiring women, absolutely wonderful, all of them, and we started to form the Sassy team. Now, the Sassy team is still a concept that I am working with, but it's I'm sort of reforming it a bit, and that will take some time. But I still have the Sassy team in my mind. Working with this movement, A State of Grace, we will do that in many different ways, and that's also why I'm here on the book fair.
Yeah.
And I have, plans ahead that the book printing is. Some say that the book printing is obsolete, and I don't think it is. But it has its own function. But there are so many different technologies to enhance and to that different technologies are supporting each other.
Yeah.
So, like this pod, for example.
Yeah. Podcasts have been around for 10 years, but still it's increasing because it's by the ease of technology. Now you are recording it on an iPhone with an app, BossJock app, and with the simple headphones, and then we could upload it and then people could listen to it. So it's easy. And the book, I went and listened to media days in Gothenburg here, that is connection with the book fair. And when they talked about it was Audible, owned by Amazon, talked about the future about audiobooks, but also about podcasting and how we consume this kind of literature in audio form and what could be in the future also. So you will be, Maria, you will be involved in this book industry in one way or another.
I will for sure. It will be a platform to that I will start together also with other investors, but we're up for lots of fun.
Great, best premises with that, Maria, and thank you very much for your time and enjoy the book fair here.
I will. Thank you for having me.
Thanks.